DNA sequencing has been used in many ways to advance medical technology and continues to help shape biology today. The process of DNA sequencing includes any method of mapping out and determining the order of A's, G's, C's, and T's in a segment of any person's DNA. Biologists have been mapping out the complete genome of multiple species, including humans, plants, bacteria, and different types of animals.
DNA sequencing can be used to alter the DNA of a human being. There are some rare cases of extraordinary people that have these so-called superpowers. But what if we could bend that to our own will and create every human being with these genetic mutations, some of which, but not limited to, increased endurance, little need for sleep, enhanced taste receptors, increased strength, and photographic memory? Imagine a world where all humans are set to their limits. It would open doors to new technologies, new advances in education and science, more competitive sports, and even the colonization of other planets. We as human beings would skip the steps of evolution and skip right to the end result, being the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be. DNA sequencing has opened up a large door of information for many biologists and doctors. Due to doctors being able to see a complete genome of a person makes it easier than ever before to diagnose a patient. For example, a physician can map a person's genome and see what genes they carry for certain diseases. A person's genome can show that they carry the gene for Alzheimer's. They would then be aware that they are at risk of Alzheimer's, but also know that just because they carry the gene, that does not mean that they will get Alzheimer's no matter what. With genome mapping, people will be aware of the different types of diseases they are at risk for.
Not only have doctors and scientists been working towards mapping people's genomes, but they have also been working towards genetic modification, also known as genetic screening. Genetic screening has been used for designer babies and will allow parents to pick certain traits that they will want for their child. Genetic screening is a process used on an embryo before implantation and sometimes even before it is fertilized. This is not new technology and was first used in 1989. A parent may use genetic screening to pick the hair color, eye color, sex, intelligence, and pick out genes to prevent serious genetic diseases that may occur. Genetic screening can be extremely helpful and could prevent many children in the future from being born with Down syndrome, autism, or other inherited diseases. One way scientists have been preventing babies from being born with heart and liver problems or diseases such as muscular dystrophy is to introduce the DNA from a third party. These babies would then be the offspring of 3 parents, and the baby's DNA would come from the third party. This way, 2 people who carry the gene for things like muscular dystrophy will be able to have a baby and not have to worry if they pass those genes on to the child.
A growing trend used in agriculture has been using genetically modified crops, also known as GMOs or biotech crops. Biotech crops have had their DNA genetically modified by using genetic engineering. These methods have been used to introduce new genes to a plant and to better control the genes that are present. By using biotech crops, farmers have been able to produce a large amount of crops that are bigger and more appealing to the eye. GMOs have been used so crops can have better resistance to certain types of pesticides and to make certain crops strong in nutrients.
What's your name?
Davis Fosgate.
What's your name?
Liam Brewster.
Alright, and today we're going to be talking about DNA sequencing. DNA sequencing is about scientists being able to change the characteristics of the human being and altering physical traits. So, Davis, how tall are you?
About 6'3". A little bit taller than this Coke machine here.
Alright. And Leah, how tall are you?
5'1",
No, you're not.
5 foot.
Okay. So, DNA sequencing will allow scientists in the future to make people as tall as Davis or even taller than him.
Okay, so when did you first start losing hair?
I first started losing my hair at about 29, 30 years old.
Do you prefer having no hair?
I do. I always had really bad hair anyway. Never really knew what to do with it, so I actually enjoy being bald, yeah.
Do you wash your head with body wash or shampoo?
I actually use shampoo. I don't know why I do, but old habits, I guess, but I do shampoo actually.
Has anyone ever told you that you look like Mr. Clean?
No, I've heard Howie Mandel, I've heard a couple other people, but never Mr. Clean.
Does your head ever get sunburnt?
All the time. In the summer, I cannot go outside without sunscreen, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.